box office history, including Despicable Me, Lorax, Secret Life of Pets, Minions, Sing, Grinch, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. And the team is hard at work again as we launch our next film, Despicable Me 4.
Hello, everybody. There's my boy. I know you love your dada. Go on, say it.
Yeah, of course he loves you. He just doesn't show it on his face. What was his spotlight?
We've had some really good sequences in Despicable Me movies. The heist on the Honey Badger is now officially my favorite. When it comes down to this emotional through line, and I believe that that's why these movies have stayed in people's hearts.
No, it just finished Marshland Productions. They're working on the Wicked movie. So part one is this Thanksgiving. Frank Brundage, Cynthia Erivo leading the cast. But oh, we're very close to some stages. This is George Lopez's stage. This is Lopez versus Lopez. St. Thomas's daughter. Right next door, this is St. Dennis Medical. So brand new TV show. It hasn't even aired yet. In fact, you guys are going to see some sets that we just built in our backlog. The Hospital. If you don't know the show, it's David Allen Greer and Wendy McCubbin-Lovey, who is from the Goldbergs, Reno 911. She's so funny. Bridesmaids. Well, let's see. Oh, yes. Okay, so we had some of our crew members out earlier today. This is the stage they film in. And then you're going to see the hospital as we enter the back lot.
We're about to cross the imaginary boundary onto the back lot, where we have exterior sets for many outdoor scenes. Over the last 60 years, studio tour guests have seen these locations turned into big cities, quiet suburbs, even that guy's hometown. Yeah, that guy. For countless movies and TV shows. This is Universal's Metro City.
All right, now the movie magic is strong because none of these buildings are real. They're facades. So what you see is what you get. There's nothing inside there. It's plastic, it's plywood, it's rubber foam, it's fiberglass. And look, crew members, the unsung heroes, making the hospital for St. Dennis Medical. They haven't even started filming, so you guys are literally like the first people to see this set, which is awesome. And right behind them, that's Brownstone Street. Bruce Almighty, if you're a fan of Jim Carrey.
Raise the door!
So this right here, Shablam on your right. And right next door, we're going to be heading to Hill Valley, California in a moment. Back to the Future fans.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey, everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour?
We can try.
See you in the future.
All right, y'all, welcome to Courthouse Square. Famous set pieces, left-hand side, a famous car. Took Marty right back into the future. This is a very famous area because it's used for the Twilight Zone. It's been here for a very long time, since the 40s. This is Princeton University, if you watch Never Have I Ever on Netflix. This is Ted's High School. This is Boston, if you watch a show on Peacock as well. Now, the diner was to your right-hand side where that gas station was. That's a practical set. You can actually film inside there. So they would use that. And then you see that patch of grass over there. That's where they had that giant pond. That's where the hoverboard took place. Where are hoverboards, right? It's 2015. We're supposed to have them. Yeah, I know, right? We're overdue for our hoverboards.
Let's go watch. No deal.
Now these are the older sets. We're headed to a newer area known as New York Street. Now if you watch American Ninja Warrior, there's warriors are doing their thing right here on the street. This is where we build the obstacle course. It's an overnight shoot, so they're doing their thing in the middle of the night, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now, if you're studio tour. This is where we used to have the old King Kong, the banana bread, the whole mechanics of it all. I'm going to bring Jack Black out to show you about this whole attraction. Oh, I think we have an E-Court call. I'll be right back there in just a moment. Now I'm going to bring up Jack Black to show you all this gorgeous action.
And self-action. Did you know the Metro sets were once the home to Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana bread.
The 80s, this was the Blues Brothers, this was Chicago. Have you seen the movie? They drop a car from the center of the sky, literally right where we are.
When the Pinto fell and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago.
When people ask me all of the movies I've ever done, what was the most satisfying and most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive, train the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
All right, my friends, now we're heading to Skull Island, so you might want to secure your belongings, get the 3D glasses placed in your hands, and before we enter the islands, we're going to see some classic attractions. We got the collapsing bridge. The real ones will remember. You drive over it and drop just a little bit. And you got the runaway train, which is still steaming away from our western sets. It would almost hit the tram and then go backwards. That's kind of a theme of a lot of our attractions. But 3D glasses at the ready. Hold on to your belongings.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to do movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up to the edge. Kong literally does.
Alright, my friends. 3D glasses, hold on to your hands and film photography. Just tour for an even bigger experience. And those trees aren't small. Like 40 feet tall, 180 feet wide. These are the folks in New Zealand. They're called Leash. They got 8 Oscars, Avatar, Lord of the Rings, Avengers movies. What's the influence those guys? They made them in the area.
The audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing calls from this side and T-Rexes from the other side. Working on a movie, we always know where we're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on. Here we have to take into account that people are looking in all directions. Also, one of the things about this project is one giant shot. This tram is driving along through Skull Island that where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We're recreating about 50 minutes of a feature film. Then visual information, the number of pixels, and presented it to the audience.
So there's a moment where we were a little famous in Cape Cod. Because you see our tram, right? When we get dragged into the valley. Yeah, we're a picture car. Those are those old school camera trams. Actually used. You're even going to see the old Cape Cod attraction used in a movie. He's right there. And if you're a fan of the monsters, really cool mural on here, right? This is Tristan Evil. This is all spray paint cans. $4. One person. It was wild. We do have the Dark Universe coming to Universe Epic Universe next year. So when the first videos will come out, it looks like it's going to be awesome. We're very close to the voice stages. You can see some big trailers. You could probably guess whose trailers those are. The coaches. Then you got the Hollywood Ocean to your left. This is also the Black Lagoon. Been here since 1954. This used to be the parting of the Red Seas on the tour. You'd go at sea level, the waters would part. You'd be lucky if they didn't close it. There were explosions of missiles, torpedoes. It was kind of crazy.
This tram is overloaded. Tell them they can walk on water to the tour.
And then you let out into Little Europe. Now, Little Europe is where we're heading right now. It's where the monster movie was born. If you're a fan of A Good Place, this is the afterlife.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom. What is this location? The afterlife? I have never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Now, if you see the show, frozen yogurt, very big. They actually brought back the frozen yogurt shop just for the 60th, so you'll see the set.
Can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
So that yogurt shop straight ahead of us, just missing the actors, but you'll see the props out there, the tables, the chairs. This is where it could be any international location. What you do, put some signage up. Germany on one side, France on the other, put the camera in the center, and just pan in each direction. So 2 countries for the price of 1. You'll see our crew members are changing up some of the signage right now, because obviously they change all the time depending on what's filming out here. This is at Disney territory, so Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp meets Orlando Bloom for the very first time. Up these cobblestones, that's his blacksmith shop just around the corner. But you guys know what's inside there, right? Nothing. So they had to go to the Disney lot to do the inside scenes. Edit them together, you would never know. Now, this is the Muppets reboot. Jason Segel, Andy Adams. It's Paris, France. And then over here, this is where the monster movie was actually born. Right under the cream archway. This is where these famous scenes, the pitchforks, flames of fire, go. specifically the cream archway. Now, Dracula filmed over there too. Two versions. If you haven't seen the Spanish version of Dracula, you're missing out. It's a little scarier. Filmed at night. So if you like scary things, check that one out too. Now, up to this point, we've only seen the outside stages. So Nick, Reese, and I are allowed to go in here. I'm actually not sure. It says filming in progress, do not enter something. But Reese and I make our own rules. So as the doors open, friendly reminder to stay seated for no specific reason. Hold on to your things for no specific reason. And you can take photos. Just make sure you turn the flash on for no specific reason. Now let's see, we got some cool things happening over here. We got the video village. That's where they watch all the tapes. Looks like they were doing a stunt over here. Look, there's a picture card. And then you got the hair and makeup in the corner. Get your last lips. And those are partly room services. That's where you get the snackies. And let's see. Subway scene. I think this is supposed to be like the bar. Because there's a San Francisco style. But over here, this is absolutely my favorite spot that we're going to be today on the tour. I'm a little partial because I love Jaws. And it's the summertime, so we're going to pay a little visit to Bruce. Now, years ago, the folks were terrorized. Although, let's see what's happening today. Alright, looks like Bruce is hanging up. There's the shark. He's been caught. We should be safe. Now, let's see. George, he's a local patrolman out here. Keep an eye out. That's not George. Let's see what happens. Is George working today? George. So sorry, we didn't forget about kids. Did you look at the George wins by behind. We're gonna do the same. Don't worry, we'll just stay behind these unbelievable tanks of gasoline. It's gonna be fine. We're good. Doc's not moving at least, thank goodness. Uh-oh. Where's danger goes? Oh. And if you see Finding Nemo, what's that shark's name? Bruce, named after this shark. But this area we're going to, this is also a favorite of mine. We're going to see how weather is made in Hollywood. And I think the most famous weatherman right now is Al Roker from the Today Show.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968. Welcome to the only part of the back lot with a 100% chance of rain. The flash flood.
Alrighty, welcome to Old Mexico. This is where the dreaming goes naturally rebuilt. Thanks, Tetsy. Yes, we got some light. Now let's keep some rain in there. And action rain effects. Look at that. I know, all the sprinklers, gravity, and we're nice and dry. We're where the cameras go. Now let's pretend we gotta fix something. Can we cut the rain or just provide you? By his house. He's right over here. It's the little red door next to the cactus. Nacho. And then on your right, the stables. This is where we keep the horses for when they shoot the westerns. 6 points. This is where they all started. This is where like Jimmy Stewart, John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Quentin Tarantino, he was inspired by a lot of the history. So he did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Literally, right there to your left. On those steps, Leonardo DiCaprio was in a director's chair learning his lines next to a very precocious girl played by Julia Butters. But if you see the huge difference, the dirt, right? When you add that, like what you see on your screens, it changes everything. You'll notice some of those doors, someone asked on the last tour, why are they so small? That's because not all of our cowboys were 6'4" like John Wayne. Some of them were horse jockeys, so they needed to be smaller. So those doorways made them appear bigger, more brawnier. The big doorways, those were for the damsels in distress. So it made them look a little smaller, a little more dainty-like for those films. We like to pay homage to these stars. Clint Eastwood. 6 points because there's 6 streets. Technically 7 if you include Denver Street. Now this is where our Western train used to be. Now that we've seen the Jaws attraction, I want to bring up Steven Spielberg and tell you all about the inception of it. Very interesting process.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into the creative circle of tremendous.
That was the old school carrot tooth shark. I think it's way scarier than the one they have currently.
Universal. They were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the crowd. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on Universal Lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
Alright, now this street, I swear, is never open, so definitely grab the cameras if you like classic TV. The Bucksters, the Hardy Boys filmed at Colonial, Wisteria Lane, Desperate Housewives, and Never Have I Ever. And it's a good show, though. He lives in this blue house. You'll see it on screen.
How many we got? Well, let's see. We got 20 costumes.
Fantastic.
Do you think we're getting too old for this?
Come on, Johnny, we're doing a public service here. If a kid leaves the house in a less than stellar Halloween costume, he's got to get the bad news before he makes a fool of himself all over town. We're Samaritans.
Now, all these houses pretty much empty, except for that one at the end. That one you can film inside. And we're gonna pretend we're Susan. That's Terry Hatcher on the show. So to your right, this is where she was doing a little jogging job. And as you can see on your screens, she runs to this house. Now here's the thing. They're gonna have to cut as soon as that door opens. Y'all see that tree suspiciously close to the house? It's growing throughout the whole house. So you get filming there. There's also a drop-off. There's a hill in the center of the house. So very unsafe to do anything inside that house. Now you can see why this is popular. It's a very cute neighborhood. But if you're a fan of Back to the Future, we do have some more things coming up on your list. We got some Lion Estate signs. These are replicas from the movie. Steven Spielberg, one of the executive producers on the film. And currently, we're on Steven Spielberg Drive. We talk a lot about him, because as you're going to find out, he is a huge part of Universal lore.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days in the 60s on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt in my own young way, I owned a lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
Steven and Ray Carter, he's production designer on most of his movies. When they did War of the Worlds, Steven had the idea to bring an actual 747 and make a crash site. And we get to drive through it literally right now. So this is a 747 that was about $60,000 to purchase, $200,000 to ship it. You'll see on your left some facades. These are based on a real neighborhood in New Jersey. They actually filmed out here for a couple weeks. And then up on the hill to your right, those houses are real. This is legitimately their backyard.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Steve.
You forget to sit down and talk about the War of the Worlds. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in the kid's ear? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen to me. Close your eyes, okay? Come close.
Smart move. We're gonna mosey up before aliens come and attack us. Now, you'll see on your right, this is the Psycho House. Been here since 1964. Alfred Hitchcock used to be the face for the tour.
I'd like to tell you about Universal Studios Tour. They have sets, stuntmen.
And it was in this era where we had this thing called the Prop Plaza. So you'd stop, you take some photos, you do your thing, and then you continue the tour. And we're doing that today. We brought it back for the 60th. So in a moment, y'all are gonna get off the tram, you're gonna take some photos. There's some QR codes out there. Scan them, cool filters. Make sure you bring everything with you, including the glasses and the babies and the children. And wait till the train comes to a complete stop sign, gets your lift in. You will hop on another tram when you're done. You won't be stranded here. And over here, we got some beautiful studio tour ambassadors. They will lead the way right around the corners of really cool things.